Hi, amazing people. My name is Onyabo Success. Yesterday, I had a program on Facebook, but because of the network challenges, I couldn't see some of the questions. But after the live, I have to start seeing so many questions, and I feel like it's very important to respond to those questions. The first question is this: what is your take on the current state of Nigerian real estate market? I would say that Nigerian real estate market is experiencing what we call high level of development, and one of the major things that actually engineer this development within the real estate industry is what we call housing deficit. Nigeria is actually facing 30 to 40% housing deficit, from what they needed, you understand? And this really makes some investors, company, entrepreneur, individuals to, go into real estate. And this set of people understand that no matter the economics up and down, it doesn't stop people from investing in landed property, because everything you do on this earth has to do with real estate. Like one of my mentors will always say that the best investment on earth is earth. Now the demand for housing, demand for space for agriculture, demand for space for building industry is really outpassing the supply. And that is why landed property will keep appreciating. Landed properties will keep, adding value every day. And that is why real estate industry in Nigeria will keep experiencing, high level of development, because whatever we do on this earth involve real estate. People who have landed properties already wants to have more. People who have, factory want to build more. And they need landed properties to achieve it. So real estate industry is actually experiencing what we call high level of development. So the second question said, how can Nigeria navigate the challenges of properties ownership, like infrastructures and documentation issue? First, I would tell you, work with a professional realtor, have a clear purpose, and also work with a surveyor. Now, why do I say you should work with a professional realtor? These amazing people have actually studied the environment and know where development is facing. They know where they have good infrastructure, like good road network. They know where they have electricity, security, and the rest of them. So they should be in the right position to guide you. Even in real estate, we have three stages of development. We have underdeveloped area, we have developing area, and we have developed area. Now, even if it's a developing area, maybe those infrastructures are not in place. But due to she have studied the environment, she know what is going on. She know even if they have not actually done that, maybe government have the intention to do those things. They're talking about documentation issue. Why is it important to work with a surveyor? Surveyor will help you do the due diligence. Even the realtor will also work with the surveyor to do the due diligence. Go to Blance, go for search, and make sure the documentation is intact. Then number 3, what are the biggest misconceptions about investing in Nigerian real estate market that holds people back? First, people believe that real estate is meant for the rich. And it's funny that most people who always say, I don't have money to invest in landed property, are using phone of 2 million naira, using phone of 1.5 million naira, using phone of 1,800,000. Especially my gender, let me talk about it. You see a lady will say, oh, I don't have money to invest in landed property, but you're using a hair that worth 1,800,000, 700,000. So if you can, afford to buy hair, you can also afford to invest in landed property. And one good news about some of the real estate firms, there is what we call monthly payment. Like you can subscribe and you pay within 3 months or 6 months. It depends on your agreement between you and the company. Now, why I say that real estate investment is meant for every individual who wants their service or their money to work more harder and smarter for them. Now, if you don't have money to invest in landed property, I'm a realtor. Maybe you have clique of friends that you are close to that wants to invest. Refer them to some realtors. A realtor can give you, oh, let me give you 5%, let me give you 2%, let me give you 1%. From there, you begin to, invest in landed property. Personally, me, I did not have fiscal cash when I bought my first property, and I know the worth right now. What did I do? I have to keep marketing our product, paying company, gradually, paying 1 million, 2 million, 500, and at the end of the day, I become a landowner. Right? And you can also do the same thing. Like one of my mentors said, your network is your net worth. There are people who might not really have capital, but they have great people who are rich, who wants to invest in landed property. Talk to them, bring them to us, and we negotiate what we will give you. So even if you don't have money to invest, your service can help you have your own landed property. And that is why I said one of the misconception people have about real estate, that is meant for the rich. Real estate is meant for every individual. It's all about having a positive mindset and tell yourself, I will do this. If you don't, if you have brothers, you can refer them. And if you can buy an iPhone, you can also pay installment till you finish it. You finish the payment of the landed property. So question number 4. What are the risks of investing in land dispute or unclear ownership issue? How can investors, protect themselves? One, I don't see any reason why you should go and invest in landed property that have issue, knowing fully that there is a problem in this landed property. But if you find yourself in such situation, you end up in court. At the end of the day, you spend more than how much you invest in that landed property in cost. And at the end of the day, you might still lose the landed property. So how do you protect yourself? Work with a professional realtor and also do your due diligence. So number 5 said, some people fear getting scammed. What are the red flags to watch out for when investing in Nigerian real estate? One of the red flags is I call it too good to be true deal, cheap landed property. Any property that is below the market value is a red flag. Let me give an example. Like where I'm living now, a plot of land here is 70 million naira, and somebody will come and offer you, oh, I have a property here at phase 1, you can get it for 15 million. Is a red flag. Something is not right because it's below the market value. In as much as I know that sometimes we have what we call distress sales, but the distress sales should not be, the gap should not be much. That is what I'm trying to say. That is one of the red flag. Another red flag, unclear documentation. Sometimes who wants to buy landed property, they don't get the document, they issue them receipts. You understand? It's wrong. Before you buy landed property, if it is from the company, get the coordinate and go and do your search. Then if it's an individual property, what you will do is ask for the document and go and do your search. If the document is not available, it's a red flag. Another red flag, giving you untraceable accounts to pay money into their account is wrong. When you want to buy landed property, make sure they give you the company's account or they give you the owner of the landed property's account. Never pay in a different account. Don't pay to any realtor and don't give them physical cash. If you want to pay in a traceable account. So these are some of the red flags, and also go for site inspection to be sure of the property, to be sure that the property that is being shown to you exists. So another question they asked me, are there any government initiative or policy that are boosting the real estate growth in Nigeria? What they mean is this: is there any government policy that help the growth of real estate in Nigeria? There are so many policy that helps in real estate. Like let me use Enugu State as an example. recently, Enugu introduced what we call PPP, that is public-private partnership, whereby the state government provide landed property for companies to develop, so that people can, buy houses and the rest of them. Now, government providing this landed property has actually giving them security, and also giving the investors, security, and everybody that wants to invest in that location. So that policy is very okay. And anywhere government has a landed property, or they collaborate with a private, sectors, that location will definitely, grow, appreciate, or any other landed property, individual landed property around there will definitely appreciate. Recently, Enugu State focused on road network. This road network have actually made real estate to appreciate. People who have landed property where there was no accessibility, there is accessibility now, and the landed property has appreciate from 1 naira to 2 naira. You understand? Like when you go to Abia State is an industrial area, a commercial area, but because of past leadership, lack of good road network, electricity have actually draw Aba back. Aba is supposed to be Taiwan of Nigeria, but when Alex Otti came now, you will now notice that so many investors are moving down to Abia State to invest in landed property. So the last but not the least, what are the process like to resolve disputes in landed property? What are the process like? You end up in court, nothing much, and I feel like as a lawyer should answer this question. You understand? You end up in court. So lastly, tell us about your landed property. Okay, we have landed property in Enugu State, different location with good title like C of O. We have in Asaba, landed property, you get your instant location. We have in Anambra. So all you have to do is to call me. I remain your favorite realtor, Onyabo Success, the real estate queen. And don't forget, I'm from Ebonyi State, Ohozro local government, Ubru. Ndibani, ekenekwa amunu, nkonyechi, yes. Thank you for listening to me. We'll keep talking about real estate. I love you all.